26th November 2023 Madhupan Avyakt BapDada Om Shanti Revise 31st of December 1996. The Murli's title is In the New Year Become an Embodiment of Experience and Make Others Experienced. On the inauguration of the Unlimited Hall of Shantivan. Today, BapDada, the one who takes you beyond with a glance, is seeing you deeply loving and cooperative children who are observed in love. The proof of love is visible on each child's forehead and in his heart. Speaking to the brothers and sisters sitting at the back of the hall, you may think that BapDada cannot see those of you who are sitting at the back, but BapDada had such a unique TV that scenes far away are visible to his eyes as being very close. You may be sitting in a corner somewhere, but you are in front of the Father. Now you are at least sitting very comfortably. Today you have a lot of zeal, enthusiasm, and happiness. And so, you're showing that by applauding, but BapDada knows the happiness in your hearts. BapDada is saying that each child has a lot of happiness in giving the proof of cooperation, and this is why 1,000 arms have been shown. The arms are a symbol of cooperation. BapDada knows that each of your children, everywhere, whether in this land or abroad, whether through his mind, body, or wealth, has definitely given cooperation, and that, as proof of that cooperation, you are today sitting comfortably and seeing and listening to everything in the hall. Now, do not clap so much. The clapping of happiness in each one's mind has reached BapDada. Today, there are two specialities. One is the Shantivan that all of you have created with zeal and enthusiasm. Today, all of your children are inaugurating it with BapDada. Secondly, according to the drama, the new year is also about to begin. Therefore, BapDada is embracing all of you, his children, in his two arms and congratulating you for both these occasions. Just as at present you are dancing with zeal, enthusiasm, and happiness with the Father in the corporeal form, in the same way, in the new year, in the Avyakt form, consider yourselves to be companions. Experience this. The experience of this companionship is very lovely. BapDada does not like to be without the children. Means the microphone stopped working. This is the first experience. Therefore, consider this to be a game in the drama. Do not consider it to be something wrong. Everything is good and everything will be good. While saying that everyone is very good, you will also become good, and every scene of the drama will become good, because the vibrations of your becoming good will change any scene, even if it is negative, into positive. Your children have so much power. Simply use it. You have many powers, and by using them at the right time, you will have very good experiences. This is a new hall, and it is the new year. So what will you do in it? You will bring about some newness in the new year, will you not? This year is the year to become an embodiment of experience and to give others experience. Do you understand what you have to do? You have to experience all of this. You are already using words. But every child now has to experience every power and every virtue. You are images of experience. Are you not? Are you embodiments of experience or embodiments of words? You are experienced, but this year, let no child say that he has the experience of some aspects, but lacks the experience of some other aspect. Let there be no such a child, because this knowledge does not mean just to understand, but also to experience it. For you cannot make others experience something unless you have experienced it yourselves. If you have just reached the stage of words, but do not have the experience, then the souls for whom you become an instrument to self will also say, "It is very good, it is very good, it is a wonder." They will only come that far. However, there are very few souls out of multi-millions who become experienced, and the basis of revelation is experienced. Souls who have experience will never be influenced by the atmosphere or be colored by some company. Those who are influenced by words sometimes dance, whereas at other times they will begin to have many thoughts. Experience means to have a strong foundation. If the experience is incomplete, then the foundation is also only half strong. The sign of this is that they fluctuate over little things. They would not be unshakable, because the situations that come or the problems that come become stronger. This is why those whose foundation is incomplete limp along. They do not fall, but they simply limp along. So this year, first of all, strengthen your foundation of being an embodiment of experience. While moving along, some children may be very fast today, but their faces tomorrow will have changed a little. The reason is that their foundation of experience is not strong. Souls who are experienced will solve even the greatest problems as though nothing has happened. It came and it played its part, but they would consider it to be a game while being loving and detached observers. It was not a big situation, but a game. It was just entertainment. You like entertainment, do you not? No matter what the situation is. It is a big thing for you when the foundation is even slightly weak. Even if it is a 75% or 90% strong, there is still a possibility for the foundation to shake. BapDada does not like to see children work hard or battle. Why should you work hard? Why should you battle? Instead of being yogi souls, are you those who become warriors? Or are you yogi souls? Sanskars of battling will take you into the moon dynasty, whereas the sanskars of a yogi soul will take you into the sun dynasty. So what do you want to become? Sun dynasty or moon dynasty? If you wish to become part of the sun dynasty, then let all battling finish. This year, has your battling finished? You didn't say yes to this. You only said yes. When Baba asked you whether it has finished, BapDada sees the result of the children even while not saying it. The result of every moment is not in front of the eyes, but it emerges in Baba's heart. When you fluctuate here in the corporeal world, either a little or a lot, BapDada experiences in the subtle region that someone is fluctuating. Therefore, just as you have the happiness of Shantivan and this hall, in the same way, promise in front of BapDada and this huge gathering that this year you have go beyond all upheavals and that you have to become unshakable and immovable. Not that you will become that, but that you have to become that. Is it like this? Those of you who feel that you have to become this, not that you will think about it or that you will do it. Raise your hands. Raise your hands high. Acha. Congratulations. Those of you who did not raise your hands due to any reason, it is impossible that you will not become this. However, if you did not raise your hand due to any reason, raise your hand now. Are you ashamed to raise it? In that case, think about it. When you are too ashamed to raise your hand, you should also feel ashamed at the time of doing it, means fluctuating. When you think that this is something to be ashamed about, you will not do it, and so you will become strong. Some children ask BapDada and the instrument children again and again in their heart-to-heart conversations the same question. Baba, tell us the date of destruction. Do all of you have this question? Acha, if BapDada gives you the date and says that there will be completion in the year 2000, what would you do then? Baba is not giving you a date, so let there not be any misunderstanding. BapDada is asking you that if he were to tell you that everything will finish by 2000, what would you do then? Would you become careless or intense effort makers? You would become intense effort makers. However, if BapDada says that this year there will be upheaval, what would you do then? Would you become even more intense effort makers? Or would you become a little date conscious and count that 1 year has now gone by, another month has now gone by? So would you become date conscious or soul conscious? What would you do? You would not become careless, would you? Or would you think that you still have 4 years and so it doesn't matter and that you will make effort in the last year? You would not become careless in this way, would you? Or would you be a little careless? Even if you do not become careless, Maya is listening to you and she will bring such things in front of you that carelessness and laziness will creep in now and then. So what would you do then? This is why BapDada also told you earlier not to become dead conscious, but to consider every moment to be the last moment and to be ever ready at every moment. Okay, BapDada may say that it will happen after 2000. You may accept that, although it is not like that. You accepted it, and so you will become complete by the year 2000. So when will you make others complete? In the golden age? Will you make others complete in the golden age? There are a few who make others that and many who become that. Do you need time for them or not? Last season too, Baba asked whether you had created the minimum population of the golden age of 900,000. If you have not created them yet, how can destruction take place? Whom would you rule over? Would you rule over old souls? The new souls are not ready yet. So if destruction were to take place, what would you do then? This is why BapDada has kept this work for his children who are fortune tellers. Why should the Father do the work that fortune tellers do? They too are Father's children. Let them earn their income. This is their means of income. If someone is in a great hurry to find out, then ask those children. The Father will not tell you. Do you understand what you have to do this year? became embodiments of experience. Many children have sweet heart-to-heart conversations and they say, Baba, what can we do? So much has already been accomplished, and so you can do the rest. We will rule, but you have to make us perfect. Will this do? The Father is definitely your helper and will be till the end. This is a guarantee. But whose helper will he be? The Father will totally help those who take the first step of courage. The Father will then help you fully to take the second step of help. If you do not take a step of courage, but simply tell Baba, Baba, you do this, then BapDada would also say, I shall see, but at least take the first step. How can anything happen if you do not even take one step? This is why this year, check at every moment that your steps of courage are strong. Check before you ask the Father. It is impossible that when you take a step of courage, Baba would not help. Simply take a step of courage. This is why it is said, when the child has courage, the Father helps. Do not take this the wrong way and think that the Father helps and then the children have the courage. The Father continues to smile and say, Wah, my children, wah, my beloved children. If you take a step of courage with faith, Baba is ready to give multi-million-fold help to every one of you children at every moment. What else will you do in the new year? Even now, one aspect of service still remains. What is that? The God of the Gita has to be proved. However, BapDada told every zone last year that you have created and will continue to create many loving and cooperative souls who are in connection with you, but that you now have to create heirs. Very few heirs are emerging. BapDada sees the result at every center every day. In all directions, the result is that there are very few heirs and many loving and cooperative souls. However, you have to make them move forward, bring new ones, and enable those last ones to go fast and thereby bring their quality souls in front of the Father. Very few heir souls emerge, just those that you can count. Since you want transformation to take place by 2000, and that's what everyone wants, how many heirs have you created? The people of the golden age have to be royal, and there are very few of those. You have created subjects. You have had many types of conferences and have been invited to many outside programs. This year, the result of the impact, the subject, is good, but what does BapDada want? Now prepare hair quality souls. Only when you bring hairs here will the advance party be revealed. Then the drums of revelation of the Father's name will beat in all directions. In the results so far, you are doing very good work. Some say that only you can do this. They even say this, but their attention now needs to be drawn to the Supreme Soul. It is still incognito that the task of God is being carried out. Because of your power and love, you children are making very good efforts to reveal the Father. However, while they are still only loving and cooperative, the revelation of the Father cannot take place. It is good that you have arrived at this point, but the sound, it is now the time, the Father has come, has to emerge from everyone's lips. Then destruction will also take place. The Father says, do not ask the Father when destruction will take place. The Father is asking you when you will be ready. Should the curtains be open? Are you ready for the curtains to open? Or will the curtains open and you will still be continuing to get ready? At least reveal 16,108 firm, strong jewels. at least create the rosary. The Father is also seeing whether the rosary is ready. There is thus much margin. Baba is not asking for a lot. He is not asking for 900,000, but for you to create a rosary of 16,108. Therefore create it thus here. We shall see whether the unshakable rosary of 16,108 who are free from obstacles is ready. Or are you still limping along a little and showing your games a little? What do you Pandavas think? Are you ready? Speak. The Dadis are saying yes. Are the Shaktis saying yes? The rosary of 16,108 is ready. Acha, prepare the rosary by the 18th. If Baba were to ask you to raise your hands, half the gathering would say that you are part of the 16,108. Those of you who think that they are in this rosary, give a little note to the Dadis saying whether you are in the 16,000 or in the 108. The Dadis will then validate this. Do not think that just because you have given your name on a piece of paper, that's it. First, they will pass it, then BapDada will pass it, and you will then be given the final result. Acha. To those in all directions who are moving forward with zeal and enthusiasm, to those who become incarnations of economy and accumulate their time, thoughts, words, and actions in their saving account, to those who celebrate the new year in the corporeal and subtle forms, to the long lost and now found children, BapDada is saying that children in all directions, if not in the corporeal form, then in the subtle form, are in Madhuban and are celebrating in the subtle form, and so Baba is congratulating everyone for the establishment of Shantivan and for the new year, and is giving love, remembrance, and namaste to all the jewels of contentment. The spiritual children says namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Blessing. May you be free and free from bondage and finish all bondages by having the awareness of your original and eternal form. Explanation. The original and eternal form of each soul is freedom. Being a master, souls become dependent latter. Therefore, become free from bondage by keeping your original and eternal form in your awareness. Let there be no bondage in your mind either. If there is any bondage in your mind, that bondage will bring other bondages. To be free from bondage means to be a king, a master of oneself, a self-sovereign. Such souls who are free from bondage and liberated will pass with honors. That is, they will go into the first division. Slogan. To be a master remover of sorrow and transform sorrow into spiritual happiness is to do true service. Om Shanti